Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the anime Fully Cooley Alternative. And I really don't feel one way or the other about this anime. I wouldn't really recommend it because I never really got into it, but I'm not gonna say that it's a bad anime. It's got some choices that it's made that I think kind of are more of a detriment to it than would first appear. Because whereas the first Fully Cooley had that kind of nice gelling together of kind of slice of life kind of stuff of like showing regular kid kind of growing up with the craziness of Haruko and Medical Mechanica doing their weird shit. This one seemed more to try and focus on the slice of life portions of like these high school girls, but yet since there's only 6 episodes and you got these other parts of like Haruko jumping in and doing these weird things, it leaves less time for those things to be focused on. So we only really get Kana as the main character that is explored, though we do get episodes that focus on her friends Mosan, Pets, Hejiri, and kind of like their relationship more to her. So they are kind of fleshed out, but not to the degree that I think that they could have been. And that's where I think the weakness kind of lies. I'm like, okay, I don't mind it being set with high school, but the thing is, we get these weird kind of things going on with Haruko doing her crazy usual thing in one episode, fighting this dude's car that had like transformed and making Michael Bay references and shit. And it's crazy, but it just kind of takes away from the things that could have got us more invested in the characters because I didn't really get invested with them at all. We get one character that looks like Naota, older and everything, but the timeline and everything going on is kind of crazy. Haruko does not seem to be going after Adamus at this point, and a lot of things are not really explained on the Haruko crazy side of the Fully Cooley equation within this series. And it doesn't need to be like in depth or anything. It just doesn't make too much sense of why everything's kind of going on. It's essentially trying to do the peanut butter and jelly of what happened in the first Fully Cooley, but everything's kind of not gelling correctly. Like you've either got a weird version of peanut butter that's not working with the jelly or a weird jelly that's just not working with the peanut butter. It's just the aims are kind of different because you're trying to show the high school life and these 17-year-olds and the kind of growing up and the fracturing of their kind of relationships because Pets towards the end decides to move to Mars with her parents because medical mechanica are going to flatten the earth and they're trying to save just pretty much the rich and the powerful, and she's the daughter of a rich and powerful person. But we're not given enough time to explore that kind of relationship as in-depth as it would be. We get some funny kind of stuff, like Kana tries to help her friend Mosan be a like fashion designer kind of thing and everything, help her friend Hijiri kind of deal with her boyfriend situation and all that, but none of it really, I didn't connect with any of the characters, so, and I didn't even really hate any of the characters. There was nothing that I really felt emotionally connected to for the whole thing. I'm like, oh, okay, there's Haruko, but I even had more of a connection to her craziness and progressive than here, because it wasn't really clear why she was there, except it's Fully Cooley and you need Haruko. Okay. The music and everything worked very well. The animation style I really liked, but the story didn't just grip me at all. I'm like, okay, I don't really care what's going on because we get towards the end and uh, Kana somehow unlocks the guy that looks like Naota says that it's an exotic reaction, and it's like she's using Adamuska's powers and somehow creates an alternate red Earth or teleports everybody to Mars, but she talks about how she hasn't talked to Pets, and it was really weird, and we see a blue Earth that's flattened by Medical Mechanica, and it's just really freaking weird and doesn't make any sense because we're not given enough information to piece this all together towards the end. It seemed very kind of rushed and just like, I understand what they were trying to get at because Kana was revealing everything about herself, how she didn't want to be alone, so she would have these reactions to her friends and pretty much try and insert herself to make sure that everything that stayed the same and that she wouldn't really say these kinds of things, saying that she loved pets and everything. It was a good attempt, but yet I still felt nothing for these characters. Kana was the more fleshed out, but I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't care. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's just its execution for me didn't really grab me in and make me want to care about these characters. So, if you're into like zany action, there's some of it. I could recommend it for that. If you're really just kind of bored and you just need some kind of filler or something or want something on in the background, definitely. Character depth wise, it's not as deep. If you're really into character depth, I wouldn't really recommend this because you're kind of going to be frustrated because it's not going to give you a lot of it because there's only 6 episodes and it splits its time between doing the crazy zany action and trying to tie it in with what's going on and sometimes working and sometimes not. So it's really hard to kind of rate this one. It's not like I wouldn't not recommend it. It's like if you don't have anything to watch and you don't have like a guilty pleasure thing to watch, definitely watch this. It'll be like a time waster for you. But if you've got like all these other anime on your list or you really haven't seen some of the like good classic ones, definitely watch that stuff before you get to here. And then when you're in your drought, be like, all right, I'll pull this out. But don't go in expecting top grade Fooly Cooly. We were only going to get that once. We only got it once. Just watch the original. Progressive and alternative are just, I don't even know. It's like trying to catch that magic again and not really succeed. So those are my opinions on the anime. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.